Yo, this your man Chasen Glory, repping Knoxville, Tennessee, man. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in to the That's Not Christian podcast.
And now, to the millions and millions of listeners and viewers all across the world,
Dale.
It's the That's Not Christian podcast.
Let's go.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy Switch. I'm here with your man Jimmy. I'm here with your man Jay. I'm here with your man Ant. And we have our very, very special guest, Chasen Glory.
Yo, welcome to the show.
What's good?
Welcome, brother. Man. How's it going, fellas? How was y'all weekend, man? Anything
It's
interesting
amazing,
happen?
bro. A whole lot, man.
Yeah.
A lot in the sports world.
That's true, man.
So in the sports world.
What you talking about? Conor lost $50 million, or how much was it that Jake Paul gave him? Offered?
Yeah, 50 million.
That's 50, right?
You saw him.
No, he lost 40 because he offered him 10.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
So if y'all don't know out there,
spoiler alert,
Conor McGregor lost his fight. Who's the guy he lost to? I'm not a UFC. What was it? Poirier,
yeah.
Poirier, something like that.
And he beat him before. He fought him one time.
Knocked him out in the first round.
Right.
Yeah. So that was interesting, man.
That's why it was them calf kicks, man.
Yeah. Did you guys see him when he walked out in a cane because he couldn't walk?
Yeah, crutches. Hard time standing.
Yeah, crutches. Yeah, his crutches.
Yeah, he told him, he's like, "Hey, you broke my leg. Good job."
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't really see those. Did you guys even see those kicks like that? Like, I didn't even see that many hard kicks. You did?
Oh, they hurt, bro. Yeah, they hurt, bro.
I'm gonna be transparent. I didn't watch the
You
fight.
didn't watch it?
I saw the highlights.
That's all right.
You was in the prayer visual, right?
No.
He's like,
not that Christian.
It's too Christian for that, man. He was fasting from TV.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Also, I was trying to check it out on Facebook, so I was bouncing around through 30 seconds at a time before click here for the full fight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's the worst.
And so when I clicked onto the next one, that was in between the little 30 seconds where he got knocked out.
Was that fast?
That's the worst. Yeah, it was quick. Well, I mean, it lasted 2 rounds, and then in the second round, it was pretty quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he did make it to the second round.
So, Chasen, you got to hit up Jimmy. Jimmy's the plug, all right?
Yeah, he got all the links.
You want to see...
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. I'm glad to know that now.
That's not Christian.
Short, but, you know.
He exposed this, man. They're going to come after him now.
Yo, Dana shutting people down, man. Don't put my name out there like that, bro.
Whoa.
I don't need Dana at my door. You know what I mean? He got all them killers on his roster.
What's next for Conor now, man? He should retire.
Securing the bag. What do you mean?
Fight Jake Paul? I heard he got $5 million for that fight, and then estimated with pay-per-view and everything, it's supposed to be at least $20 million. So they got a nice
you imagine
bag.
all the alcohol sales after that too?
That's what Jake got?
No, that's what Conor got for his last fight. So he got $5 million.
Okay.
For just the fight, and then they're estimating with the pay-per-view buys and all that other stuff that he'll make about $20 million when it's all said and done. So that's not bad, man.
Not a bad deal.
I mean, Dana,
not too bad to get knocked out.
Not a bad way to lose, right?
Yeah. I mean, Dana was
knocked out.
Yeah, Dana was like, either he's got to get motivated or whatever, or he already has the money. Like, what more do you need? You know?
Yeah, it kind of seems that way. Like,
I don't know if it was motivation though. You know what I'm saying? Because he generally does.
I'm saying after this, not this. Not this fight particularly, because obviously he fought.
Yeah. No, but I heard a lot of criticism about Conor, like saying, he's comfortable. He's not hungry or whatever. But like he went through a training camp. You know what I'm saying? And he did what he always does. He comes out to fight. You know what I'm saying? He's not big on ground. He does throw kicks, but he hasn't been throwing too many kicks recently.
Right.
And I've never really seen him check too many kicks like that before. So You know, it's just one of those things where, you know,
and he had won the first round, right?
I thought he won the first round, and I thought he was winning the second round too, until he got, you know, that leg was compromised and he started getting tagged, and that was it. Yeah. I mean, that's all it took, you know. So I would love to see the rematch, because I'm sure he's going to make some adjustments, you know. And that's the thing about Conor too. He seems like he always he studies the game, you know what I'm saying? And when he loses, he takes it on the chin, like, yo, I'm gonna come back, you know what I mean, and come back stronger, whatever. You know, and that's admirable, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, you take a L and you just want to, you know, crawl in a hole and die, you know.
Yeah. Oof. And they were saying that he was saying actually that he got a lot of ring rust because he hasn't fought in what, like a year or so. So he wasn't even active like that. So I guess that layoff probably gave him that ring rust as well.
It's possible.
Yeah. Jake Paul started trolling him like literally seconds after. He said, "I'm gonna pay you $10,000 now." You should have taken $10,000.
Yo, but he wouldn't even have made it that far in the octagon, though. That's the funny thing.
Oh, Jake? No, but I think it was a boxing match he wants.
I know he wants a boxing match, but I'm saying if he stepped in the octagon, he wouldn't last that long.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's.
I actually think Conor in a boxing match with Jake Paul could beat him.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, of course he would. Conor's got some super hands, bro.
Yeah,
he's trying. You take the leg kicks out of this last match.
Yeah, hand skills. Yeah.
You take it to nothing but hand skills, and Conor wins majority of anybody you put him up against. I feel like.
Yeah, right. He was fighting. I mean, he was winning the fight, in my opinion. Yeah, but we gonna see, man.
They were saying he wanted Pacquiao, but Pacquiao signed. Well, they're officiating the Ryan versus Pacquiao fight.
That's crazy. That is crazy because Ryan is
young.
He's yeah, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say something else.
He's young.
He's big on IG. He's big on IG. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And, I mean, he's good. He got power, but he needs. I don't think he has the ring experience for Pacquiao. Depending how Pacquiao comes out, because Pacquiao is going to be 42 now, 43 probably.
Yo, your man Jared Sanders said Manny Pacquiao has forgot more boxing than Ryan has learned. You know what I'm saying?
Those are balls.
Like the dude is mad young. Who was he fought? You know?
Yeah, Pacquiao, he struggled that last fight too, man.
Yeah. Like,
but he got.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch.
Oh,
but
heck yeah!
I don't know.
Is it like a legit fight? Like, is there gonna be like a title at hand, or is it like non-exhibition thing?
Yeah,
really, it's a legit fight.
Because well, I mean, Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And Pacquiao, I mean, it was a good fight as well. But Pacquiao gave Thurman the business, and Thurman is like, he's a phenomenal boxer. He's a great boxer. You know what I'm saying? He has his weaknesses like body shots and stuff. And to see Pacquiao at 40 do that to Thurman, I'm like, well, he's gonna do to this kid. Because I feel like Ryan, when I saw the last boxing fight that he had with that dude, his footwork was just bad. Like, and Pacquiao executes on that, man. He'll be on the side of you, he'll be behind you, punching you by the time you're done. You know?
Yeah, he's a boxer.
Yeah. What was interesting though? Did you guys see Ryan? He got baptized.
I saw he got baptized. That was pretty ill.
Yeah,
that was pretty ill, man.
He gave his life to the Lord,
and then shortly after, he got banned.
Well, yeah. Well, his
baptized the band.
His tweet got deleted, right?
Right.
About when he was talking about Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Did you happen to catch the tweet or no?
No. Did you?
Okay. No, I didn't. I just saw his post on Instagram. You know,
that's what I saw.
That he was he claimed that he was talking about Jesus, and you know, it got banned, and then Twitter policies and all that stuff.
Yeah, he went on a little rant about Twitter and how they banned him and all. Well, not banned him because they just deleted his tweet. He banned himself. He's like, I'm not coming back because I don't like how they operate. And he had brought up an interesting point. Right? He had brought up something about there was like some child pornography that was being leaked on Twitter, and Twitter's being sued for it. And they basically, were saying, oh, well, something about their policy. It doesn't violate their policy at that time.
That's wild.
Yeah, I wonder how the algorithm with all that works. Like, you know what I mean? How they monitor all that. Is it like just the bot, or is it them actually investigating more into it?
Yeah, I mean, so technically on Twitter, pornography is allowed.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
They allow.
Yeah,
that's
crazy that they
crazy.
Do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had that. I thought that violated their policy though.
What do you mean, pornography or just Nah, there's always been pornography on Twitter. I think I know that the people from Anonymous, like those hackers, they always get accounts banned. Like they'll report child pornography accounts like all the time, and they get like hundreds and hundreds removed. But those people just pop up, because you don't see it, like unless you look for that sort of stuff. Yeah, I mean, like the algorithm is going to show it to you, Yeah. But there's people who actually like look for it and ban people. I saw some dude on Instagram. This is crazy. I saw some dude on Instagram who he creates fake accounts. Like he's like a teenage girl, and then like he catches like predators, you know what I'm saying? So he'd be like, meet me, whatever. Yeah, meet me, at wherever, Starbucks or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then the dudes will show up and they won't even know that he's there. And then he'll like, chase him down or whatever, It's crazy, bro. It's crazy time that we live in, man. Like, I think social media definitely got to do something about that, because that's really foul, And I agree. Going back to Ryan Garcia, I agree with him 100%, man. Like if Twitter's gonna allow that sort of stuff and make it acceptable, man, then it's probably not a platform we should be on,
And it's not only Twitter. Ruslan had made some statements on his IG saying that he was on YouTube and they suspended
him in the middle of a live.
And they suspended him. While he said, while I'm defending YouTube,
right?
about
that's crazy. Like
about tech censorship, they stopped my live.
They censored him. That's crazy.
Me, Kevin had an issue too, because he was live.
He did.
He was live as well, and then I think it was after the live, the video got taken down or strike or something like that. Or Ruslan got a strike, I believe.
Yeah, Ruslan said he got a strike. Now, is it haters? It's just people that are hating and they report you, or
it could
can be the algorithm catching something that you said that.
I'd say for Ruslan, because he got a strike, it was probably somebody reporting.
Yeah,
but on Kev's instance, it was YouTube, because he didn't get a strike. It was just his video was taken down, and they told him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
So, but it's crazy.
That sucked because everybody looks forward to listening to Ruslan. Ruslan goes live like every day, maybe twice a day, probably.
Word.
So that sucks, man. But he's back up, right? He's good now.
He said he can't go live till Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. Okay, so you got one more day.
Yeah,
so got a couple more hours.
Right. That's gonna be interesting to hear him come back, see what he says. Well, you know what he said? He said he wasn't really hurting because he said he's diversified his income. He said, "Hit me on the Patreon."
Well, no, listen, us YouTubers, podcasters, we're gonna have to figure out different avenues to communicate because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? It could be that quick, just like that. You think, oh yeah, you're monetizing and you're this, and boom. You're gone.
Boom. Yeah. So
here.
make sure you cop that merch. shop.that'snotchristian.com.
Look at this capitalist, true capitalist.
Like Bernie, man. I'm trying to be like Bernie. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You saw that Bernie meme?
Wow.
You saw that, Chasen?
Which one?
The Bernie meme.
The Bernie
I
Sanders.
saw like 1,000 of them.
Well, okay, so you saw it. So what he ended up doing was he monetized it. He took that image of him sitting down with his mittens and he put it on a t-shirt. Yeah, he's selling them now.
Yeah,
Now, he is to be fair, he is giving the proceeds to some sort of nonprofit organization, but that's capitalism.
He don't need that little money.
That's capitalism.
Couple
I love
houses.
it.
He got a couple houses anyway.
He do.
Word.
He got big money.
That's funny. What was the funniest one y'all seen? I think the funniest for me, because I'm in NYC. Well, I'm not in the city no more, but when you know what I mean, I'm in New York State. So the funniest one was the dude by the hot dog stand. That had me dying. Because if you go to New York City and you see those guys by the hot dog stand, that's exactly how they sit there, cold with their mittens.
They waiting for you to order
food.
The funniest one I saw was the one with the cover for what's his name? It's in my mind right now. The album cover for Forrest.
Oh, for J. Cole.
J. Cole. Yeah. And then he goes back, edits it. Well, not him, but somebody, and puts on his sneakers that he released on him. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I seen some CHH artists photoshopping their joints too.
I saw that too. Who did I see? I think
AI did it, right? AI did it.
Oh yeah. Jared did it.
Jared.
Yeah.
Who else? I think
everybody.
Track Stars did it. Yeah, a lot of people ran with it. We were the only ones that missed out on that train.
Yeah.
I didn't do it either.
We need a graphic designer, guys. Somebody holla at us.
Right, hit us in the DM, right? You're a graphic designer, hit us up. I saw one today, which was really dope. So I'm an editor, right? And I listen to lo-fi like when I'm editing, and I go to look for like a new playlist because I always listen to the same one. And I see one with Bernie. I posted it on my channel on Telegram. And it's Bernie sitting in the subway. So you guys saw the image, right?
Yeah. The
so
GIF.
Okay, so they took that GIF and it's just looping, and he's just on the subway, just bobbing to some lo-fi.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I thought that one was pretty dope.
Yeah, that's fire. I like that, man.
Yeah, but crazy how the little things just make you go viral.
Man, life gives you lemons, man. Make lemonade. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Facts.
Like he turned that joint into an opportunity, you know?
Yeah.
He was looking sour though.
Nah, he was chilling,
tell?
man.
He got a
Yo,
mask
man. Right?
Sour in the cut.
This dude reading too much into it, man.
And
it should have been me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Should have been
true.
me.
It's like, dang, twice I lost for no reason.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Word.
Well, now you got Biden, man. Your man is he's already reversing everything that Trump signed.
Yo, ain't it
That's
wild?
what all presidents do, though.
That's wild. That's wild how like
Whoa.
if Trump was for it, they were against it. You know what I'm saying? And if he was against it, they were for it. Because like right now, like every state that was on shutdown, which mainly is the Democratic states, like my state, California, we were shut down. And then today, the governor and the mayor are talking about reopening. Like, wait, I thought everybody was gonna die. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Now everybody ain't gonna die because Biden's president. Like this joint is like disappeared. Like, come on, son. Like, y'all clowns, man. Y'all should have left it open. They want to push through $2 trillion another stimulus joint, man.
I'm with it. Let's go. Need some more Jordans, man.
Run it.
What was interesting, I read that Biden signed the most executive orders. I think it's nearly 30 in the first week of any presidency, I believe. So I think Obama had like 2, Trump had like 4. And then Biden got like 30.
Yeah, I think overall though Trump has the least.
Yeah. But you guys,
executive orders?
Yeah, in comparison to the last 4 presidents.
Wow. That's an interesting fact.
Yeah.
And he signed a bunch too.
He did.
It seemed like every week he was signing a new, especially that last year. This last year, I mean 2020.
Right.
Every week it was like, yeah, we go. So it was interesting. It's interesting some of these executive orders. What we got? We got COVID in there, right? We got well, they were complaining about him. They're saying that he's stopping work because of that whole pipeline issue.
Oh yeah.
Keystone, is it Keystone?
Yeah.
Keystone Pipeline.
Well, they said he did like 11,000 employees or jobs.
Yeah, he said that they could just get another job.
Yeah. Yeah, which is crazy because people on Twitter were mad when they were telling folks like learn the code. That was a thing, right?
Yeah.
Like if you lose your job, learn the code. And now your president is basically saying that.
Learn the code.
Yeah.
Wow, that's savage.
And he's raising the minimum wage to 15, right?
Yes.
When he wants to.
Well, that
Is
was
that
a part of the
everywhere?
executive order. Yeah, I think it was
really?
federally mandated.
Wow. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
We'll
That's
see how
crazy
that
to me.
goes, especially with restaurants suffering right now.
Like that, it's stupid because he's saying like that people can't like it's not a livable wage or whatever, right? But it's like if you work a minimum wage job, what made you think that you're gonna be working here forever and you'd be able to buy a car and buy a house and all that? You know what I'm saying? Like those are unrealistic expectations. And then if people are struggling the way that he's, you know, people are struggling the way that he says that they are, then it's going to be difficult for people to eat at restaurants or shop because the prices are going to go up. Because companies don't pay that. The consumer pays that. You know what I'm saying? Companies just pass that on to the consumer. You know what I'm saying? So at the end, it's going to affect the same people this is supposed to be helping.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
that's a good point.
I think it's foolish, man.
Yeah, I agree. But it is what it is.
Yeah, you're right. That's the new
But is there like a balance of a certain wage where it should be? Because I mean, well, how much were people getting before? Like $7.25? Well, $8, $10? What were they getting?
Yeah,
I don't know. I never made minimum wage.
Oh, the light flex. Okay.
Wow,
And I'm a high school dropout. So you know what I'm saying? So
Hey, he's a high school dropout. Okay, I hear you.
1-2 punch. Wow.
And I got 10 felonies. Right? You got like 10.
no felonies. What are you talking about?
Okay.
My record's expunged.
Praise God, brother. Nah, yeah. I don't know, man. That 15, it's a touchy subject, man. Because like in the city, you know, you can get a good paying job, but where I'm at in the suburbs, ain't no real good paying jobs. You know what I'm saying? You work at the you know, like down in the city, you have restaurants, you know, like Italian restaurants and certain restaurants like that. You know what I mean? Up here, you know, you have less traffic of people, less of the fancy restaurants that you have in the city.
Right.
So, you know, they don't make as much. So it's like, all right, you're gonna have to go an hour and a half to get your money, which I understand. I did it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing. I was traveling to make the kind of money that I wanted to make, but I don't know.
But the cost of living, it's a lot cheaper, right? Where we stay
cheaper. At? Yeah, it is way cheaper.
So you have to factor that in too. Like $15 an hour in LA, that ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like it's still $2,000 for a 1-bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Meanwhile, you could get a mansion in Tennessee,
right,
for $2,000 for $2,000 a month.
That's true, Chasen.
Man, there's some spots out here for $2,000 a month. You can probably get you a good sized crib.
Yeah. Maybe not in Nashville, or maybe not in.
Maybe not like in the real hot. You know, maybe a little outskirts. You know what I'm saying? Of the cities,
right?
For sure.
That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be in the sticks, just a rifle, shoot some duck, some deer.
I mean, there you definitely find something cheaper.
For real.
You know? We'll land and your little lake.
That's it, bro. That's life. That's the dream, bro.
$500.
My goals. That's the
$100.
dream, bro.
He
You know what I
also-
mean? Go down to the pond, go fish for some catfish, you know what I mean? With a little IPA, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's not Christian. No,
Wow,
sure.
that's not Christian. IPAs. Remember, everybody. We don't endorse all things that the co-hosts are saying on the show. All right.
The opinions expressed by Jimmy are not endorsed.
And I'll be lying too. I'm down with the IPAs, man.
Hey. You're wrong.
Yeah, man. So we also had an executive order that Biden passed, which people are complaining about. Transgenders in college and in high school are able to play for the team that of their choice. So if they want to be, if a male is transitioning or wants to be a female, they can play female sports. And there was some talk about this a while ago as well, because I think I remember in Connecticut I think it was Connecticut or Atlanta. There were like some track stars. And they were like some runners, and they were male, you know what I mean? They were born a male. They transitioned to transgender, and they was beating everybody's behind, all the girls, you know what I'm saying? And some of the girls were like, yo, it's unfair because men have a slight advantage, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, just the hormones, bro. Like, let's just say like these dudes decided to become girls or identify as girls when they hit puberty, 13, right? 14 or whatever. Like, the bodies is built different, man. Yeah. It's just built different. You know what I'm saying? Your body produces hormones, you know, like, which makes your bones stronger as men. You know what I mean? The muscles, the testosterone that your body makes to produce muscle, you know what I'm saying, is at a higher level than women. Like, that doesn't change. Like, when you're 16, 18, 22, and you decide to start taking hormone therapy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
what testosterone has done to your body already, you can't undo that. You know,
right?
So yes, you have an.
That's what I was going to say. I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they have to be able to compete. They have to, like, for instance, males transitioning to females, competing in the female side. I think they have to test, and their testosterone has to be below a certain level, I think, for X amount of time.
Right.
I thought, unless that's what this executive order just bypassed.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. So you're saying that was something that was in place already for them to compete?
Yeah, because there has been a few people that have transgender that have competed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's been going on for about
something like that.
3 years. Yeah,
I thought that in order for them to be maybe that's what I'm saying, as far as that might be out of place now. But what was in place, I thought, was they had to have tested below this level for X amount of time in order to be able to compete on the female side. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong, but
probably. But now it seems like that's
makes sense though, you know. But still, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But I was piggybacking on what you were saying, as far as like, that doesn't erase the prior 16 years or whatever of that kind of stuff. That's what I was
right. And also, maybe it's not something that is consistent between sports, right, or competitions. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that in the UK there was like a dude who competed in a CrossFit competition or something like that. And he, for one day, he was like, I'm transgender, you know. It was basically, he was like trolling, you know. I forget his name.
Yeah.
And he won the competition, obviously, because he was a dude, looked like a dude and everything. He just said he identified as a woman, you know. And then the next day, he's like, oh, I'm back to being a man, you know. So I think that, you know, some competitions some leagues may not be doing that. I'm gonna look into that because that's pretty interesting. If that was already in place, and this really
like
wasn't.
I said, maybe I'm wrong, but for whatever reason,
yeah.
that's coming to my
Yeah.
coming to
And
my mind.
But that would make sense.
And also, this executive order was specifically for high school and college. So it doesn't always translate into NBA and stuff like that.
Well, what I had seen originally, because I didn't see the sports thing originally. What I had seen was that he had passed the executive order kind of to protect the civil rights of transgender people, right?
Yeah.
But I felt like if you support civil rights, then that should fall under that category. You shouldn't have to create additional or extended protection to any class of people. You know what I'm saying? Civil rights is civil rights, period. Right. And so what I also read was that you would have to abide by these rules if you wanted to collect federal money, right?
Yes.
So that's where the catch is, right? It's like if you want federal money, then you got to abide by these rules for transgenders. So that says a lot to a lot of sports leagues, a lot of employers. If schools, right? If you want your kids to go to public school, well, you know that the public school, if they receive federal money, which all of them do, they're gonna have to abide by these rules, and just keep that in mind when you send your kids to these schools.
Right. And a lot of the females, well, people were pushing back that this is like an end to female sports, and something that women worked hard to build. You know what I'm saying? That kind of getting into basketball, getting into these different sports that weren't considered as equal to men, but now they become popular over the years. To see women play these different positions, and then now you just say, oh, you're a guy, or you were once a man and you consider yourself a female now. It's like, it's unfair. At the end of the day, to me, it's unfair. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, the scripture says
I gotta
women are the more gentle vessel, you know what I'm saying? So, it's obvious that in our nature, that's just how they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My thing was that, I got a 15-year-old daughter who is, an athlete.
Right.
So, I don't know how I would feel if, somebody came in, beat her out for a position that nobody else could beat her at.
Right.
And even though she may have been better than every other person in that category, I'm just speaking of like track, for instance.
Sure,
like she's a long jumper. You know what I'm saying? So what happens when she's maybe the best long jumper in the state or something like that, but somebody comes in and beats her out for that position. Now she's not long jumping no more because she's not the top person on the team in that category.
Yeah.
Even though she could still beat maybe everybody else in her region or state. Something.
Right. She
and it causes her not to lose a scholarship. That was my next thing. So I can't tell you how I would feel as a dad to a daughter,
Yeah. I agree with you, man. There's that MMA fighter, Fallon Fox. Dude is out here beating up girls, cracking skulls and everything. And like
cracking skulls, literally.
Like I'm not putting my kids in any type of sport where a dude could come in and say, I'm a girl.
You look at it, how is it fair because nobody's jocking if you were a female transition into a man and now you're trying to get into male sports. That ain't finna happen.
Right, it's not. Yeah,
You're
not competing. You're not competing.
Yeah. How? I mean, so it's really unfair to the female side because it's not the same for them going the other way.
That's why they're saying this is like the end of women's sports.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. To what you was talking about.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That ain't fair to me either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll probably be like that one person that beats all the males,
Yeah.
right? And then they're gonna be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
look, the trans." You know what I mean? We have some
Right.
kind of, it's gonna be like that one thing where it's gonna be like,
Right.
it's not factual and stuff like that, and you'll be like, okay, what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna celebrate them
Yeah.
like this is the highest trophy you ever gotten. You beat.
Right. Right.
It's sad.
It's like you rank top athletes 1 to 100, and the worst athlete 100. Some super crazy transgender female to male comes in and beats number 100.
Yeah,
Oh,
Possible.
like he's the weakest one. He should actually be playing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Biden wasn't playing with these transgender. I mean, he didn't he say something about the military ban too? Because military had banned transgender, right?
Yeah, to serve, and then also to they weren't going to use budget money for any transitions or anything like that. So obviously, Biden reversed all of that.
He banned
No, Trump
transgenders
had
to serve
Correct.
completely.
Yes.
You can't join
Yes.
at all.
Yeah. No. Cannot.
Yo, and Biden's like, nah, this cool now.
Yep.
Biden reversed that. Yep.
Biden reversed.
Because you know why? Because Biden's trying to increase our presence in Afghanistan and Iraq, so he need all the troops he can get.
So that's why today
maybe he needs all the
they asked him
votes
that question.
to get.
I mean, that's you got that too. About the votes.
What was your question, Jay?
No, there was somebody asked a question in one of the briefings today about what's the count on how many soldiers are like in our bases or whatever, and they kind of like dodged that question today. So I don't know.
Too many.
What does that mean, though? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like why they would ask that question?
Well, no, I'm saying when you said they dodged it, what does that mean? Like we ain't really got the troops like we supposed to have, or what does that mean?
Or we have more presence than we supposed to.
Or we have, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. That's interesting that they dodged that question. Because Trump tried to give the impression that there was less troops overseas. But the reality is that he pulled troops from one region and moved them to another region, right? So when you say that, we no longer have troops in Iraq or Afghanistan, yes, that's true. But they're like on borders of other countries in case something pops off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to why he would avoid that question. It just doesn't make sense that, why can't you just say we have 100,000, 200,000, whatever it is, unless they just don't want to alarm people. But we've always had presence in the Middle East for like the last, 20, 30 years. Like nobody's going to be surprised by whatever number you throw out there, Yeah. Now, wasn't surprising to me when he said he wanted to increase our presence there because we've seen, what happened during the Obama administration.
Now, Jimmy, is it true? I'm trying to find it, but I was told by a friend that China has people in Canada and in Mexico.
What you mean?
That they have troops. They got soldiers there.
Oh, word? I didn't know that. I never heard of that.
Yeah, a friend told me that, and they sent me a video, but I just the source. I didn't know if the source was factual. So
that's interesting. I don't know.
I don't because we're pretty. Into that.
We're pretty. Yeah, I would send me that video. I would like to look into that because I know we cool with Mexico. We give them all kinds of money. You know what I'm saying? Like Trump gave him money. Trump gave them money. Obama gave them money to secure their borders. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be a problem for either one of those presidents to have, troops from China.
Jay, would you know?
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
You're going to have me deep in the rabbit hole of YouTube.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like already Googling it right now.
That's
like,
what they were saying. And my man was like, yo, you got to get prepared. Because when they swarm in.
Did your man vote for Trump?
Nah, he didn't.
Nah? Because that sounds like something like straight the Chinese communists are coming to this country.
Right. That's something that they say, right?
Yeah. That's what I was like.
They're going to
That's why I asked.
Take over.
That's crazy. Nah, I never heard that, bro.
Yeah,
We'll have
that
to
was
check
pretty
that out.
interesting. But it wouldn't be shocking because what U.S. got, we
got troops everywhere.
Everybody's
Right.
doorsteps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it was something like Canada was doing like a joint, I guess like one of those military trainings or something like that. And then they were saying, yeah, they got soldiers over there too. I'm like, word? Like, you ain't hear about that? I'm like, I got to look into it more. We're going to talk about that the next pod. That's what we're going to
Right.
do. We're gonna,
For real. We're going to do
gonna
some
research
a little bit
that.
of research.
Have everybody panicking.
Right. Yo, but ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy how our response is to having Chinese troops at the borders of Canada and Mexico, but we ain't got no problem sending
For
our
us,
men,
right?
yeah, to other countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that happened here, like if 10,000, 20,000 troops landed, you know what I'm saying, in New York or California, wherever, like, yo, we would go crazy. It would be like, what's that movie, Red Dawn? You know what I'm saying? Like, we would go crazy.
The
Like,
fear Americans will have.
yo, and we would be doing the same thing they doing over there.
We are.
Yo, we would be doing the same thing.
And we be
popping
testing
off.
We be testing missiles and all that.
All that, man. You see everybody's armory pop off, yo.
And then
That's
we wonder
crazy
why
to me.
people be hating us in other countries.
Right. That's crazy, bro. But yeah. So what
Yo,
else
you know
got?
who else has been hating?
Who's on?
Mr. Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Yeah, he's a big time MAGA.
Yeah. That dude
I didn't know who he.
my
I
man
didn't know who
LeCrae.
he. I didn't know who he was until y'all sent me the video. Of
Oh,
him.
word? Nah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's been making the rounds. He's been in the circuit for a minute, bro.
Yeah, I know. I did my homework. I'm like, yo,
Okay.
he got 1.4 million on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's heavy Trump supporter. He got a book, right?
So now he got So now he got 1.4 million and one supporters now. I know you hit the subscribe button.
Well, me, good man. No, MAGA's forever, man. I'm just joking, y'all. I'm not. You know me. I ain't vote no MAGA or no Biden.
Neither. You didn't vote at all. You're so American.
Nah, I can't. I mean, look. It's like, and look at what's going on. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we have to really look at this from like a biblical standpoint, right? Like, this isn't our kingdom. You know what I mean? For as much as we want to say make America great again, there are some things, like I said, that I like about America. You know what I mean? That offers opportunities and different things like that. But this ain't a look at what Biden just did. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of America being great again. Liberty, justice, you know, equality for all. You know what I mean? That's always been America's stance. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, it's like we're past the call was saying, like, when was America really great again? You know what I mean? Like, show me a period where we could be like, yo, this is when America was great. You know what I mean? So I just can't vouch.
I think now is great. You know what I'm saying? Bro, we couldn't have this type of conversation in any other country. Right. I mean, I know the feds are listening. I know NSA is listening, and they got all metadata and all that. But in another country, the ops would be coming through your door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's true.
I think it's a beautiful country. You know what I mean? There's a lot of criticisms. You know what I mean? But that's the beautiful thing about this country is that, you know, we can discuss, disagree, you know what I mean? But ultimately, you know what I mean? It's we have the freedom to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And
well, now they're calling it Charlie Kirk.
Charlie.
No.
He said, nah.
He said
LeCrae. He said we shouldn't have LeCrae performing in none of our churches.
He said we need to block LeCrae. He said he does not have the freedom. That's crazy, man. Like I wouldn't expect that from that side, you know? Like to be like
I haven't even peeped this story yet, so I'm just listening in on this part.
Yeah. So he was going off about, because LeCrae, we had talked about this a while ago, was performing at that rally, right?
Oh, yeah.
and it was a Democratic, and the guy was pro-abortion as well.
And he's a pastor too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was like a Methodist pastor. No, that's not a Methodist. That's the other guy that did the prayer. Okay. But yeah, he's a minister as well, allegedly. So yeah, so that kind of people were like, oh look, they jumped on LECRAE about that, and this guy jumped on him too. He was like, look, man, like he's supporting Democratic, you know what I mean? Which he has some kind of, I mean, I don't think you should go as far as saying, yo, don't let him perform at your churches, but he has some points because I know people that defend the Democratic side and they have their reasonings, but there's a lot of stuff that's coming out of there that's like, yo, anti-biblical, you know what I mean? Anti-God, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So it's very, I mean, I get it when people say, obviously it comes from both sides, but they're just blatant about it, in my opinion. They're more blatant about it. They're more in your face about being anti-God, anti-biblical.
So you want your anti-God and anti-biblical to be discreet? Huh? What you saying?
Nah,
you want your anti-God and anti-biblical to be discreet? You want that on the low?
No, I feel like just that they want to push it to the extreme. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my opinion, though.
Sure.
I know you ain't gonna. I know you ain't. I know you got your. Your
cancel switch.
Huh?
He said cancel
you.
Cancel.
He can't perform on That's My Christian podcast.
Exactly.
I'm saying that it's a lot easier for someone who was in my opinion. This is how I see it. When people talk about when MAGAs or Trump supporters say things, they make sense with some of the things that they say. I think it's obsessive, obviously. I think it's cultish, all those things. You know what I mean? But I think they have some valid points when it comes to talking about, like, as a Christian, to support the Democratic side. I can't do it. You know what I mean? But then again, I can't do it for Republicans neither. So that's why I just wash my hands and I don't vote for nobody.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie cool. just made it to the extreme. No, he said because Cray supported this guy. He's the abortion. That was the main hitter. But then you got Republicans who can easily go and send a drone strike to any of these countries, and kids die there or families die there, and they seem to be okay with that. So where's the balance? And what's interesting is that Charlie said that in a church setting. It wasn't like on his Twitter tweeting it or on an Instagram Live, but in a church setting, which is I think it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, people were applauding too.
Yeah, they applauded after.
He's like, yeah, I hear LECRAE on K-Love, you know what I'm saying? This and that there. But Cray has said multiple occasions that he's not pro-abortion. He's pro-life,
Right.
So
that's that guilty by association.
Yeah. But that's the thing too.
But then it's like, yo, your man. What about your man? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where we get into like.
But that's my thing, Jimmy. If you're, let's say, if you be like taxes, right? You're anti-taxes, right? And now you have you see a
pay all my taxes, by the way.
Right, but I'm just saying. Let's say that was the situation. I'm anti-taxes. Now you have a president, or you have a Congress, a man, a woman, or or whatever you want to call it. You have someone who's saying, "Yeah, I'm for taxes," and then you go and you do a rally with them.
Right,
like you ain't for no anti-taxes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can see why people feel that way. Like, yo, how you pro? You anti-abortion, but you still at this rally, and this dude is clearly pro-choice.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's why I don't endorse any candidate. Because like it don't align with the scripture. None of these dudes, none of them. There's like maybe one or two, that'd be like, yeah, I rock with them, but like a majority of them, like they don't, most of them, what they do is they try to play like they Christian and They are for the Christian agenda, you know what I'm saying, to win votes. You know, and it's only during when they need the votes, you know, in my opinion, at least, you know, because we still had transgender people, we still had homosexuals, we still had abortions under Trump.
Right.
And the same thing during Obama, the same thing during Bush, the same thing during the Clintons, the same thing during Reagan. Like none of that has changed. Nobody has outlawed that. You know what I mean? It's business as usual. You know?
Right.
So it's just wild that, you know, dude said that like in the church setting and that everybody was like, yeah, let's ban them. Let's, you know, but it's like,
yeah. I feel like
the thing
LECRAE's been more. Well, you saw LECRAE's tweet, right? I'm glad to be on the right side of history.
Yeah, I think that was corny.
But then he kind of clarified it and was like, of course, meaning anti-racism, anti-abortion.
How?
Blah, blah, blah.
How though? The dude that you voted for, like Biden, is like all of those things.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how much different is Biden from Trump when it comes down to it, man? Like the dude is already ready to spend $2 trillion.
But that's assuming
Trump did that. He's ready to send troops overseas. Trump did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how was he different? Yo,
that's assuming that he went for Biden too, because we don't know.
Right, for sure. But he's saying he's on the right side of history, so I think it's safe to assume that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
you know what I'll be thinking. I think sometimes the pushback from the opposite side forces someone to just take a stand and be like, yo, like you know how we see Christian Trump supporters sometimes. We're just like, yo, these dudes are too much. You know what I mean? Like they're just you know what I mean? Trump. You know what I mean? Like what Bryson Gray, right? Like he had said something. I was listening to an interview one time, and he was like, you know, he started noticing that his values and his beliefs were aligning with the conservative side. Right. And when he would express this, people were like, oh, you're a Trump supporter. So then after a while, he's like, you know what? I'm a Trump supporter and I'm going to go hard. I'm going to wear this big red MAGA hat. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to monetize this. Like
now I'm going to, you know what I mean? So I wonder if that's happening on the other side with LECRAE, where it's like, oh, you support Democrats, and it's just pushing them to the edge where it's like, you know what? Yeah, I do. You know what I'm saying? And y'all look foolish because y'all had all them prophecies and it ain't come to pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe he felt that way. Like I'm on the right side because y'all was saying that the spirit is telling y'all. I think
that the problem is that we look at it like it's a bipartisan issue, right? Like you have to pick a side. Like you're Republican, Democrat, you're liberal, you're conservative, you're blood, you Crip, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we look at it in that context. And so anytime I say that I align with myself with something, and this happens to us, like when we talk about things, some episodes people think that we're Trump supporters, and then the next episode they think that we're Trump bashers, right? And this happens to us because people only see two sides. Like people for whatever reason cannot believe that that both sides could be right. You know what I'm saying? Like the criticisms that Republicans have for Democrats, right? The criticisms that Republicans have for Democrats, a lot of them are true, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So then, like to me, like they're birds of a feather. You know what I'm saying? Like Republicans right now, the next 4 years, they're going to be fiscally conservative. You know, like all of a sudden, you know, even though Trump added like $2-3 trillion dollars in debt, you know what I'm saying, to the budget. So it's like, bro, like where were you when your man was spending all this bread, you know what I'm saying, and just printing money, like, you know, now you want to be conservative, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that people get stuck on picking a side that's they're not open to criticism and to be like, nah, you know what, like, yeah, my bad, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just and I think as long as it continues, this political game, you know what I mean, won't stop.
Yeah. I agree. I wonder how many of us are going to be praying for Biden, like how they were for Trump.
I hope people are, man. I mean, I don't want to assume that people ain't, I really hope that people are, because at the end of the day, like, this is where we live. This is our country. And what happens here really ultimately affects every other country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It affects the globe. So, I hope that we're all praying, for our leaders.
Yeah, man. Enough about Trump, man. Let's talk about the guy right here, man. Chasen Glory.
Man, a few words.
And Biden. And Biden.
Chasen, you a Trump supporter, man?
No.
He said, no.
I'm a man. I can't vote either way, to be honest.
Yes.
I got
talk about it.
4 F's on my report card, so I can't.
Okay.
I can't. You know what I'm saying? Vote anyways. But
okay.
I did like certain aspects from certain things from both sides.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie about that. I am a business guy. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of things
taxes.
that I felt like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
taxes, a lot of things like that I thought was in, one participant's favor, and then there's a few things that I kind of, I just tell people I would have voted for Kanye West. That's usually what I tell people.
It's all good, man.
One.
Yeah, it's all good.
Tennessee had the most votes for Kanye West in the entire country.
No way.
You guys know that?
Nah.
Yeah.
Wow.
My man Jay voted for Trump.
I did.
That's cool. I don't. It doesn't matter to me either way. But yeah, I think what he had, Kanye had 50,000 votes total or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Out of I think it was 10 states or something.
But why is that? Why is it specifically in Tennessee? Was there anything?
No, I'm just saying out of the 50,000 and 10 out of 10 states, I think Tennessee had 10,000 for some reason.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know why. That's what I'm saying. I have no idea why.
That's interesting, man. I would have thought for sure he would have won Illinois,
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
Man, I don't know, but
did you see a lot of campaigning for Kanye in your state?
No. That's what I'm saying. I was surprised just as much as anybody else.
Wow.
That's interesting.
I only saw the stuff because I follow Kanye's Instagram page or tweets and stuff like that. So I was only seeing some of that.
So now you've met some of the members from our podcast. You met Jay and Ant. They went to go see the Loso battle in Atlanta, Georgia.
And looked up and got 2 Christian battlers in one night.
Look at that.
That's right.
Look at God. Look at God.
Look at God.
And they said, yo, you got to check out this dude. This is the new guy.
Yeah, they did. They did say that. They did say that. And I was like, all right, let me check him out. I didn't realize that you've been grinding for a minute, bro.
Yeah.
At least 10 years, right?
I released my first Christian album in 2012.
Wow.
So 9 years, yeah.
9 years. But now were you always into the battle rap, or was that just something new? Or
man, but I haven't battled before 2017. I had not, and it was late 2000. I think it was September 2017. I had not battled since probably 2004, 8 Mile style era.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's how I actually, as a secular artist, made my name in my city.
From battle rap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So did you how did you get hooked up in the whole battle circuit, right? Do you know about Loso? Are you guys good friends?
Okay, so one of my best friends from my prior life, okay, is A-Ward's brother.
Oh, okay.
So me and his brother Sean have been rocking since before I was super saved and and don't sin anymore at all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow. Learn a new doctrine.
Nah, so I mean, me and his brother go way back, and then we've always watched battle rap, and then his brother start popping. We see Saga. Saga was, I think, really the first to get some highlight on him.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, from obviously checking out Bullpen, you see Loso, and once I think it's more or less when you are a Christian artist or involved in this lane, you start to search. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I was like, oh wow, like these guys, wow, I didn't realize this was a thing.
Right.
Right.
And not only like that, they're Christian, but they're dope.
But they're ridiculously talented at that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But yeah, so actually Sean and A-Ward got me my first battle.
Nice. And now, so this was what? How many battles have you been in now? Like,
so
Christian.
I have Christian battles actually on camera. I think I have like 8.
You started with bots? Was that what it is?
No, the first battle that was the first battle to be released. Actually, the first battle was on A-Ward's home league of the Connects.
Oh, okay.
But literally, when I first decided I was going to take a battle and I was trying to get a battle, I actually had sent in a request to try out for bots in California. Mm-hmm. And they kind of hit me back around the same time that I actually locked in my first battle with Chapo Escobar from the Connects. Okay. So those battles was literally like 2 weeks apart. It's from the very beginning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my first 2 battles were like 14, 17 days apart, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that like, to me, that seems like really close. Like, how much time do you spend to prepare like for a battle?
What I would like to spend and prepare is 2 weeks plus to study, write, and get it put together. Mm-hmm. And then I would like, 14 days to also memorize and prepare.
Yeah. So when you say
I would like that, man.
When you say study, like let's say me and you are battling, right? I don't battle rap, but me and you. So you like Googling me? Is that what you're doing? You're looking at my previous battles. You're looking at my socials. Like how do you how do you prepare?
Probably the first thing that I'm doing is going to check your battles out.
Okay.
To see what kind of battle or what style you have.
Yeah.
Right.
How do I got to counteract that? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What kind of guys have you battled? I try to use, because I feel like battle rap people think that it's like, oh yeah, you pick an opponent, you write stuff about them, and you go and rap it, and that's it. To me, it's much more strategic.
Mm. Right.
Like, I told in my Bullpen tryout against Q Morgan. Okay. I don't know if you guys got to watch that or not. But so that battle, Q Morgan, I feel like was as good or maybe even better than me in a few aspects of that wasn't really, people don't really watch for. Like Q Morgan moves around a whole lot. He's on the stage, and if I've noticed, like if he has room to move around, he's gonna do all the antics and be very animated and do all these different things. So one thing that I tried to do is I tried to scoop myself, not, try to make it not intentional to where people can tell, but just scoop myself towards the middle of where we were battling to cut off his area. Mm. And he didn't even realize that till after I did that. And I told him after the battle, I said, man, I said, I'll tell you something I did against you.
That's a boxing technique. You cut off the ring.
Yeah, that's pretty genius.
Yeah. So it didn't allow him, which I think made it much more one-sided to me, because he couldn't move around as much, and he wasn't doing it to me because he didn't realize I was doing it to him.
Yeah.
Because it was literally within just a few steps towards him that kept him from being able to move the way he wanted to move. Little things like that. I also knew this. So I also watched all his battles, He's very disrespectful. I mean, great battler, great pin, everything.
Yeah.
He's just one of those guys that will get disrespectful with you. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that he's never battled a white battler before or a Christian battler before.
Mm-hmm.
So by knowing that, I said, oh man, he's probably had white jokes for days.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Or because I have a black wife, I was like, oh, he'll probably play on interracial stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I had the whole thing mapped out, and it played out to my favor. And that's what I've tried to do a lot of times. Is really not more or less.
You're trying to think like him, how he would approach it.
Yeah. And that
This is
makes
crazy.
it.
This is mad intense.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the truth though.
We had an individual that was like, yo, I can't do no battle rap because these dudes are disrespectful. How do you handle that? Like
That's Dayton, episode 78 last week.
Yeah. How do you handle that?
Oh yeah, Dayton. I spoke to Dayton about that, and Dayton basically told me, for more or less words, you know, he don't think he can control himself, probably like he told you guys. Yeah. And he might jump off the ringer and say, you know.
Right. That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said.
You know what I mean? So
he said, I'll mess around and cut somebody out.
Yeah. And that's why I do some rebuttaling and freestyling,
right.
You know, sometimes at the beginning of my rounds or something, or mid round sometimes, but I try to also be careful with myself because I know if I'm going off top and I might slide if it makes me mad enough, but I really go into the battles thinking the worst. Like, man, I've heard some of the worst stuff already and I'm expecting it. So to me, it doesn't give me, I know they're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know what I'm walking into. It's like, if you already know you're already walking into war, knowing what the enemy's going to do and what they're going to say, then you're a little bit more prepared and you can kind of keep a more level head, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's dope.
What do you think happened with the battle that we were at with the dude that you were battling? He pretty much choked. You know, he forgot everything. Like, does it get that intense? Choked. Yeah, does it get that intense where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't remember, you know, what my lines were, and you know, your performance was insane. You know, crazy lines, crazy everything. Like putting myself in those shoes, obviously I'm not a professional or anything like you guys, but it's like everything you said, it was just like, oh my gosh, like it's like you're hitting him, jabbing him, and like in a boxing match, you know, throwing off his game.
I really think what it was like we were exchanging, if you want to talk boxing, we were exchanging heavy blows. You know what I'm saying? Like he come out because I won the coin toss, he went first, and we're just speaking of my most recent battle like you were talking about. He come out the gate, bam, you know, and had the crowd going crazy. So I had to come back and actually did a freestyle rebuttal to start my round off. And then had some crazy reaction with the fur coat line and stuff like that. And so I punched back. He comes back second round. He punches again. I come back second round, punch again. And this is the way I kind of explained it in bullpen when he was talking about, you know, he still thinks he won, which, you know, whatever. Everybody thinks they won no matter what, regardless in battle round.
Right.
Of course.
It was like he swung, hit, I swung back, hit. He swung, hit, I swung back, hit. When he went for the third round, he swung and missed. And when he missed, I landed.
You were there.
You know what I'm saying? So that sucks. You whether you're the one choking, which I've had a few rough spots before. Never actually had to choke and call time. Had a couple of little mishaps here and there. But I can only imagine. I'm actually, that's a fear of mine. Is actually choking at an event with the lights on, the cameras on me, and everything. So that's why I'm saying I over prepare.
That's good. That's why you over prepare, right?
Yeah. I probably ran over my material 70 to 100 times.
Wow.
Within the last 18 hours.
Wow.
And you average the 3 rounds at 2 minutes a round, 6 minutes total. 6 minutes times 100, 6 minutes. That's 10 hours out of that 18 hours. You know what I'm saying?
So do you have like friends and you be like, yo, come here. I'm gonna spit this for you. Is it like
sometimes,
that?
yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Yeah. Now, luckily, when I was on my way to Atlanta, I called Loso and I was like, "Hey, where you staying at?" You know, and I got a room right around the corner from him.
Nice.
So when you have other friends that are there battling or something like that, you know, a lot of times you guys are literally battling each other multiple times throughout the day.
Wow.
Just going over your material. You know what I'm saying? That way you can kind of get the feel of it.
Yeah.
You can get used to doing it, because when you're practicing by yourself, I'm like doing a 2-minute, 3-minute round. I'm taking 30 seconds, taking a drink, you know, catch my breath for a second, and then it's like I'm spitting again and doing my other rounds. But really, it's technically supposed to, you know, you go your whatever the time limit is. Let's just say 3 minutes or whatever. You go 3 minutes, then the other opponent has to go 3 minutes before you go again. So it's easier to actually play it out in a live scenario than doing it by yourself.
So the first round is the toughest round, pretty much, to get over. In a sense, because that's like your first rhyme, right? Like.
Oh yeah. So for me, like I said, even though I over prepare, it's like when I'm standing there and they're getting ready to start the battle, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh God, do I really know this? Even though I've done it 100 times. But then when they say, you know, battler to my left, introduce yourself. And I say, what up, Chasen? And as soon as I announce myself, it's like,
comfortable.
Oh yeah, I know it all. I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But literally up until that little few minutes of standing on the stage.
Is there that nervousness?
The camera set up. You're just kind of pacing back and forth.
And
trying to be cool and look cool at the same time, you know, like because the cameras are rolling.
So there's that nervousness, like getting into.
There's always, I use it to my advantage though, because the nervousness actually does hype me up a little bit, and I'm pretty aggressive in battles, anyways.
Right.
Yeah. So it only helps me out, and then when I rock a room and the walls are shaking, it's like the ultimate warrior, you know what I'm saying? Yanking on the ropes, bro. Like,
yeah,
that's dope, man.
I wanted to ask about the, you know, performing in like a you know, stages or arenas, because where we were obviously was there wasn't, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but I'm sure you're used to much more people in the audience. So, can you talk a little bit about how that's changed or how you adjusted, you know, because of the virus and all that? I mean, Atlanta claimed they were open, you know, and like everything was popping, but it wasn't really like that.
Gotcha. That was the first time I've really ever performed in a smaller setting like that.
Mm.
Well, except, I mean, I take that back. I guess my first two battles, the Connects battle, there was, I don't know, there was people there too, man. As far as like, I definitely would much rather be in front of 200 plus people down on the floor and me on a stage with people behind you on the stage, that kind of setting, with what they call big stage and not small room setting. I would much rather be that, because like I said, the crowd, the reactions, those kind of things is what like fuels me.
Right.
So having a more smaller room setting, but still, I mean, like you said, that was a smaller production studio, photo shoot studio kind of thing. So they had quite a few people in there. I guess, I don't know what you would guess numbers wise, maybe, I don't know what, 60 people maybe?
It didn't look like a lot from behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think?
I mean, give or take. I mean, I think it was more than, because I also went to the Loso in Cali with Jimmy, and that was like in an air hangar. How many people do you think were there, Jimmy? Like 50, 60 people?
Sure.
Yeah. So this one seemed a little.
Which battle was this?
This was Loso versus
Cali Smooth, what's his name?
Yeah, Cali Smooth.
Oh, Cali Smooth. Okay, I haven't got to see that yet.
The Riot Network.
Yeah, we're Riot.
Okay.
So that one was less, but I mean, talking with Loso, he's saying like, you know, before this, like it would be like 2,000 people or 1,500 people in a setting. You know,
okay, so let's back up. Let's back up.
Yeah,
is Loso. That we're talking about Loso.
Yes,
you know
true,
what I'm saying?
true.
Like, and we're also talking about that was for the Smack event in Houston.
Smack events, yeah. Those are big.
Okay, so yes, that was probably one of the more larger crowds. I would love to be able to shake a room that size.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that is not common, just so you know.
Gotcha.
1,500 to 2,000 people in a battle is not a common thing, probably, unless you're watching a big Smack card.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Gotcha.
How do you hear anything too? Because it's hard to hear with just 50 people.
Oh man,
That's
when
true.
that's what I'm saying. I can only imagine what it's like. Like, I've rocked a room with 100 to 200 people, and it's pretty jam packed because the room is small,
Right.
and that felt crazy. I could only imagine shaking 1,500 to 2,000 people when I just landed a haymaker.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how that would feel, man.
Yeah.
So now
soon, maybe soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
God
For
willing.
sure.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
So now you're like with CHH and battle rap, right? Does there seem, because I think there's like a separation, and I think it's also in the world as well, right? It's like you're a hip hop artist, but yet you're a battle rapper as well, right?
Yeah.
You like that like, is that like more like, yo, I want to really go down this lane, or I want to go down both lanes, or I'm trying to
I do battle rap because I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm not, I don't feel like the money is there. There is not a such thing as a career battle rapper, in my opinion.
right.
It always has to have, even if you're talking about, Mook or Loaded Lux, somebody like that. I mean, I think you would have to be top 5, top 10 to actually make a decent living off of battle rap alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because so to answer the question is, I do that off of pure sport, just the competitiveness to actual put a rhyme against somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Put an artist against another artist. That's just for sport and competitiveness to me. I mean, I would love to be like, yeah, man, I sell 1 million records every time I drop. My videos got millions and millions of views. That's where it's at, and that's always the goal or the dream. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty comfortable where I've took really the past 2 years. I only dropped 2 songs, period, last year.
Right.
That was it. And I think I'd only dropped a song the year before that.
Okay.
I did do one project, a collaboration project with T. Hattie and Monologue from Gideon's Army.
You've been doing stuff with them for a minute, right?
Yeah. I think I got with them around about a year after I started really doing Christian music. I started kind of doing it in end of 2011. Put my first album out in 2012. I think I started rocking with them in 2014 or late 2014, somewhere around there.
So they're out there as well with you in Tennessee?
No, they're in Atlanta, and we all do our own thing. We just had come together to do and I used to be part of their crew or their independent label also.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, one thing I noticed was before I even knew who you were, I seen the stories, and I said, "Yo, who's the dude with the fur with the fur jacket on?" And they're like,
Yeah.
That's Chasen Glory. And they're like, guess what? He's a Christian too. I'm like, word? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true.
So we see you, and I'm like, yo, what's up with the fur coat? So I went and I looked at your page as well, and I noticed that fashion is something that you seems to be a lane that you appreciate. I seen some of the God is Gucci, right?
Yeah, so I also own me and my wife own the company, the Fashion of the Christ.
Fashion of the Christ.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
So how long you
dope,
guys?
right?
Yeah, how long you guys have owned that for?
So I originally brought the idea to my wife probably almost 2 years before we actually launched. And actually made some of the first shirts for it 2 years before we actually launched. So I launched actually during COVID because we were both out of work.
Yeah.
And that, by the grace of God, got us through COVID until we got back to work.
Wow. Praise God.
Yeah, it just kind of took off, man. So
Yo, anybody that could pull a fur off in a battle, you know they fashion this series.
man.
Yo, Chasen, I was like, yo, who's that? That's Bane?
Where he came through with the fur and the mask on.
I was like, yo, that's
hilarious. Man, I get, it's so funny. Like I get, called so many different things, and the Bane that's new. So I kind of like that. Like, oh, that's kind of dope. Actually,
don't switch your bars at me. I don't come for me.
No. I like that. No, that's dope. But I always get the Pat Stay's little brother, or Christian Pat Stay, or bullpen battle leagues disaster.
Oh yeah.
Because really, and to be honest, I mean I would say those are my two favorite battlers of all time. So I did definitely probably pull some style from both of them, and I might like them because their attributes are very similar to mine, so I kind of gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
But
you know what? It's dope because you grab the attention, right? Because like I'm just looking at the story and I'm like, yo, who's the dude with the fur coat on? You know what I mean? So
that was kind of the point,
right? Everybody's gonna be talking about you at the end of the day.
That was the point too, because I've been out for 2 years. My last battle was July 12th of 2019. We just had a lot of bullpen mishaps. I was supposed to battle XL 3 times, and he got canceled. We got canceled 3 separate times, and finally we was like, the heck with it. And then this Young Herb situation come out. I had to cancel because I had a new company that I was moving to, and it was a good opportunity and I couldn't miss it. So I had to actually cancel that in early 2020. And then he canceled the last time, and we finally made it happen. So I've had 6 battles booked from the same person 3 separate times, or from 2 different people 3 times over the course of 2 years. And it just never went down, man. So it sucks to have that kind of momentum and then just completely fall off and drop. And now it come back again 2 years later as like, still nobody really knows who I am. Right. I was starting to get a buzz, but I dropped it off. And so it's been cool. I had to do something to come back, man. I had to. Yeah. So I was like, let me whip the fur out and some ice on my, you know what I'm saying, and just come out and make sure people are like, who the heck is that?
Right. Well, he definitely accomplished that.
Because I know the minute I perform, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, he gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know that's gonna happen just because of my character and how I perform.
Right.
I put a lot of emphasis and integrity on my showmanship and my performance. So right. I'm glad that people do recognize that.
A lot of people, I think that's something that some people overlook and see CHH, and then just Christianity in general, like the professionalism, you know what I'm saying? Or like you said, the showmanship, like, you know what I mean? That's all part of it. Being excellent in what you do, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're a battle rapper, be the best battle rapper you can be for Christ, you know what I'm saying? And I think people kind of overlook that. They're like, oh, you shouldn't be, I don't know. Because some people are like, they feel like we're supposed to be lazy.
Let me go back to something you were saying as far as like, how does people feel? You got the people about CHH, and how do you feel as a Christian battle rapper, right?
Right.
So I feel like the level of just rapper in general and how people look at, you've got the people that look at CHH like, oh, this is not, the Lord doesn't want you doing this rap music.
Right.
You have some of those people that just doesn't, no matter what you're saying, if it's all scripture, whatever, they don't even care, right?
Right.
I feel like Christian battlers are below that level.
Yeah, that's true.
Because oh,
yeah,
you're
insulting
into these
each other.
places and and insulting each other. This is really not Christian.
They in our comments.
Shouts out to Kyle.
But now you also, he's a Christian battler too. Yeah, forget it.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but speaking on professionalism, and I mentioned this before that, the battle rappers, like when we were at the battle, I could tell, you know what I'm saying? It was 4 battles, right? I believe.
5 total.
Was it 5? It was 5.
It was like a warm-up battle.
Yeah, it was a warm-up, right. It was 5. It was 5 battles. So that's 10 dudes. Out of the 10, right, it was you. I can't remember the 2 dudes in the second battle, but those 2, and then
Alias,
Loso.
Alias and one of the newer bullpen guys.
Yeah, right. Alias, and I can't remember, but I could tell.
Tied
up,
I'm saying? Tied up or something? Tied up?
Tied up. That's what it was. Okay. It was tied up, yeah. But how serious y'all take it. You were one of them that didn't fumble their rhymes, didn't forget. You know what I'm saying? And because we seen just about just about every round, every battle other than the Alias tied up one, there was somebody that fumbled or totally forgot their round. And
man.
That's big, you know what I'm saying? And especially for you, you saying you doing it just to contend, just to keep you on your toes almost. But you're taking it serious.
I just enjoy it, man.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. You taking it serious to where you going in there and doing what you got to do, and killing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
That's a fact.
It's really encouraging too with the level of excellence that as believers we bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talked about Loso with the battle we went to. He was practicing all the way up until he battled. You know what I'm saying? Going over his rhymes. You know what I mean? In the corner, just pacing back and forth, like making sure that he's ready for that battle. You know, and you talking about everything that you put into it, man. It's really dope because I think it also shows people that not only are Christians talented, but we put in the effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't just something like
discipline too. You know
right. Exactly. It's just this isn't just something that as believers we're in just because, you know what I'm saying, because we think it might be cool. Like, this is like an art form that you guys are truly a part of.
Well, if Jay and Ant remembers, I popped my head in before everything started at the event, just to let John and Will know that I was there and just check the room out. And then they didn't see me again until it was my turn. I went back out to the car and I sat in the car for another hour to 2 hours and just over and over and over and over and over again.
I remember you also. Yeah, I remember you coming in when it was your turn, and then you stuck around after.
Yeah, because at that point I'm good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right, pressure's off.
I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about fumbling normal conversation. I'm worried about fumbling my rounds in front of the camera. So
that was dope, man. I see you was wearing your gear too, your own. Because you had your own mask, right? From your
I had my own mask and my own tee. Yeah.
I remember that. Because I was looking, because I didn't know that you was about to rep Christ in there. So I saw the mask. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
We got an ally in this joint.
Yeah.
What did your mask say?
Say what?
What did your mask say?
More Jesus, Please.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's dope too. So like, let's just say, so I'm guessing Loso didn't even really tell you or nothing, right? Because when y'all standing beside him?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So good. So that's dope because to me, it's like, that's what I want. I want somebody that doesn't know me to see that and for that to just drip off of me or fall off of me, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Without even knowing who I am. It's like probably if, a minute into it, 30 seconds into it, he was like, oh, wait, hold up. But you said you even noticed by the mask in general, but I'm saying that's a dope and that's a compliment to me by saying you recognize that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. I mean, because not everybody, out of everybody else, you ain't see no one else saying anything about Jesus in that joint. So
yeah.
So when I saw the mask and you ready, I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But at that point now I kind of knew, and then you talking to Loso, but they sealed the deal when you jumped into prayer with us. So
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that was it, because there wasn't nobody else jumping in that circle.
Right.
No.
So Chasen, how did you come to meet the Lord, man?
So I came to meet. Let me back up and say that my mom definitely took me to church from the minute I was little and tried to keep me in that lane. So I knew who he was, right? I just didn't live that lifestyle. I chose a whole nother lifestyle of, more than lesser words, I guess you'd say, sell drugs and live a whole different lifestyle.
Right.
I was pretty, like I said, I was brought up that way, brought up in church, whatnot. I got this cool thing in when I was 16 years old. It's called it's like a license, right? Cool thing,
cool thing.
Instantly hop in my car and go hit the city or go try to get into stuff that way. And from that point on, for the next 10 years, I lived that lifestyle and didn't think about nothing else. Happened to be caught a lot of cases. Like I said, I ended up being getting hit for 4 felonies for cocaine manufacturing, distribution, and stopped doing that.
Got caught with some some things
Correct.
on you, huh? Yeah.
Correct, to be specific.
Yeah.
No, actually, what had happened was the same guy had bought from me and wore wire on me like 6 times, and I never knew any of the times because this was a loyal customer, man. Would have never, what I'm saying, would have never suspected it, and I guess that's how he was able to get me so many times.
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't have no choice except for, because they offered me, it's like, here's your offer. It's like 8 years in prison. I was like, it's not really an offer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, so I had said, well, we'll see if he sits on the stand and I'll take it to trial and risk it because my maximum was 12.
Wow.
For the charge. So it was like, if you're offering me 8 and the max I can get is 12, 30% of that is only 30% of that's only another 12, 13 months. I know it's a terrible way of thinking, but if it's, what I'm saying, if I'm going regardless, at that point, I'll drag it out and risk an extra 12, 13 months. And it didn't even make it there. They came back about a month later and let me plea out to 8 years, day for day prison sentence on the street. So I finished that in May of 2019.
Wow.
Because I actually got caught in 2000 at the end of 2009, and I didn't plea out until May of 2011. So
that's big.
Yeah, and about 2 months after that, ended up getting saved. From there.
Wow,
I had left the crack alone. I moved out there to the left side where my man's is, I was actually in like Lake Elsinore, San Diego area.
Mm-hmm.
And was out of sight, out of mind, letting the post office do its thing for me. And I did that for about a year while my trial was going on, just so I was out of the way.
Right.
And ended up getting a big pack caught in the airport. And
Wow.
Just like, this was literally 2 months after my stuff got settled from the cocaine felonies.
Wow.
Because I left that alone, I was like, man, look, everybody loves weed. Nobody wants to hurt the weed man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody wants to snitch on the weed man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was out there in Cali doing my thing out there while the trial was going on. And about 2 months after it got settled, I had a pack call at the airport, and luckily there was no names or nothing on it. So, but just something told me at that point, I ignored God's call many and many a times. You know what I'm saying? And that day, something had hit me, and I wanted to reach out to Him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the minute I started to pick up the phone and dial out, if we're just speaking in, whatever you want to call it here, it's like He called immediately. It was like, man, I already know what you're about to say. You know what I'm saying? You ducked me and dodged me for a long time. I've been drawing you. I've been trying to get you to do all these things, but at the same time, you would not have the desire and the testimony that you had I not let you survive for the past 10 years. Doing these things. I've kept you, pistols being pulled on me. I've got a big knife scar from where I've been, hit, lots of reasons I shouldn't be here.
Wow.
Whether that be prison sentence or death, whatever the case may be, being in the wrong places at the wrong times. Like, you got 10 years of testimony. Use it to your advantage now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so from that day forward, I went about 5 years clean. From that day forward, crept back in and had something happen to me. Nothing ever happened, but went 5 years clean. And about 2016, got back involved with doing the same kind of stuff.
Right.
And the Lord spared me again, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Spared me again. And at that point, that was 3.5-4 years ago.
You
at that point,
really testing them, boy.
I said, Lord, you've opened my eyes for the last time. You know what I'm saying? I'll never go back to that lifestyle again. But it's funny how things will hit you at the craziest times. Been saved 5 years, doing the right thing for 5 years. Happened to have some job issues come up. A buddy come in from out of town, from on the West Coast, and was like, "Hey man, so and so always be asking about you, man." And here I am. Next thing you know, that person calls said person's phone. Oh man, that's crazy. We were just talking about so and so. Hey, say what's up. They say, you say what's up, and he's like, "How you been? You living all right?" I could be better. I tell you what, man. Give me an address. I'll get you back for Christmas time. Get you back right. And then boom, next thing you know, just that quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You back running again.
So is it the fast money, the greed of having that money? Just what was it that just attracted you to that life? Was it
lifestyle, period?
Yeah. Just
what I want when I want, do what I want when I want.
Yeah.
The freedom, financial freedom, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? If we're being just honest, that's why some of the things that I do now, I'm like, oh man, if I was able to do these things then, I would have never got into that. Because, I'm blessed and fortunate enough to be doing some of the things that I'm doing.
Right.
And be rocking like a legal dope boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that translate into your spirit now, into like
I think my natural born blood says I'm a go-getter regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just always been that way. But yeah, you know, now it's more or less, you know, the conscious and thinking like, yeah, you know, all money's not good money, but like I said, God has, man, it's crazy. He's just put me in so many places. He's put me in front of so many people that he's showing me that I don't have to do that ever again, period. So it doesn't even cross my mind anymore. You know,
wow. That's dope.
Praise God.
Praise God,
yeah.
for real.
I
Especially,
love to talk about it. I love to talk about it, especially in my battles and let people know, or in my music in general too, because I know I've been a lot of places and done a lot of things that only some people can talk about or make up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm blessed to be able to have the ability to use my story to actually reach people that are that deep into those scenarios. They know I'm not no faker, and they know I'm not BSing. My lingo is the same as theirs. My stories and things like that, they just, you know, they know can't be made up. So I'm able to engage and interact with people that, you know, I would say, you know, I know a lot of people say, oh, we want to go to the urban youth and reach the you know, the kids and whatnot. But if you ain't got no stories
legally, like, you don't even need to do that.
Right.
Yes.
Like I changed my whole life around, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know a lot of people feel like they can't get out the game. Like, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? And then here you are coming from, you know, coming from that background, being able to change your life around, you know, and be a walking testimony. And like, look, I'm doing all kinds of other different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like now, still the same hustler mentality, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm doing it to glorify God. I think it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, man. You know, a lot of those times it's not. I've had a lot of times that weren't easy.
For sure.
I've had a lot of times. I have a lot of times where I'm not in the position that I'm in right now.
Right.
You know, I've really just started to really channel and start. You know, because I actually do a whole lot of different things. I'm starting saying, oh, I see this actually works, or this puts food on the table, this pays bills, things like that. So I've been focusing on more of those things. And, you know, it's been a long time coming, but excuse me. But I'm happy to be where I'm at. And there is no other way to say, but God. I know it sounds cliche or whatever, but what else can you say when you take somebody from here, way over here, and bring them way over here? It's like I could just throw up my shoulders and struggle. They'd be like, man, I don't even know how I'm here.
Man.
You know?
That's dope. Amen, man.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, man, I want to wrap this up with the scripture today. We got the scripture from Romans 13:8. Owe no one anything except to love each other, for the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. Amen.
Bars.
Bars.
So, Chasen, where can they find you, man? Where can they find your merch?
Yeah, where can I get that? Where can I get that mask?
That mask,
Ace Boogie.
that mask and everything else you can get thefashionofthechrist.com. Same thing on Facebook, Instagram. The Fashion of the Christ. The Fashion of the Christ. Everything else music related is all Chasen Glory. Just like it's spelled on the screen there, CHASEN GLORY. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.com, everything. I've tried my best to keep my real estate all matching, because that drives me insane more than I'm really OCD about that. That's part of the reason why I've also got rid of the name Ace Boogie. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna pull just me up whenever you
A Boogie,
right?
With
you'll get A Boogie with the hoodie.
With the hoodie,
you're gonna get the actual character from Paid in Full. You're gonna get, you're gonna get a lot of things. There's a lot of people. my Spotify was like filled with, 2 or 3 different guys that all had the same name, Ace Boogie. So I was like, wow.
Yo, I did see A Ward with the sweatsuit on.
Oh yeah, man. We previewed that just for him because we like to try to keep him fly because my brother is not the best known for his fashion. even though his brother is like one of the drippiest guys, sauciest guys on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
He'd be helping him out, and I said, "Yeah, man, let's." His brother was really the one who was like, "Man, let's get A Ward right for this battle." Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, "All right, cool, man." So I do anything for my bros, man.
Yeah, man.
Don't.
That's what's up, man.
But yeah, Chasen Glory anywhere. The fashion of the Christ anywhere. You
got any battles coming up soon?
Say what?
Any more battles coming up soon?
There's supposed to be some battles in March.
Nice.
They are replaying my battle with Young Herb one day this week. So kind of keep in touch with Bullpen for that. It's going to be one day this week, I think. I got a new single dropping February 1st, I think. That's when I set the pre-date to, but I don't know if it's actually going to fall in the time frame or not. I actually had an email pop up while we was on here, and I ain't been able to check it yet. So it might not come out February 1st, but the song's called "God Is the Wave." Actually matches the shirt that I had on for the battle.
Nice.
Connect those two things a little bit. Yeah, man. Life is good. God is great. God is Gucci.
God is Gucci.
Hey,
let's go.
You know what? That's one of my most popular designs, and it's like you either love that or you're bashing me.
God's not Gucci.
No end.
God is not Gucci. They'd be like, God is not Gucci.
How could you bring God down to a fashion label? You know what I'm saying?
They don't understand. You're saying God is good. God is Gucci.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I used to have to post, I think I still have it up on some of them, like in the actual item description of the pictures, it has a screenshot from Urban Dictionary. The Urban Dictionary definition of Gucci, meaning good, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you don't know how many people I've tried to explain that to. And once they do,
man, speaking in parables, man, y'all got to keep up with the parables, man.
Man. All I'm trying to say is God is good, so these kids can say God is good all the time, just in their language. That's it, bro. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Dope. So with that being said, we want to thank you for listening, watching, subscribing, commenting, everything. We'll have links to Chasen Glory's stuff. We'll have links to Chasen Glory's stuff. We got a special guest. My daughter's here, and she's dying to go to sleep. So thank you for listening, subscribing. Don't forget to get your merch at shop.that'snotchristian.com. We are the fastest growing Christian podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate y'all, man.